This heat feels so good. Thank you, baby, for turning it on. Snuggle up, everybody.
It's The Riveted with Chris and Gina. I always think it's fun, Gina, when we know that we are recording with somebody that's also in their Airstream.
Oh, that's a fabulous feeling, isn't it?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're in ours. We're
Yes.
sitting on our comfortable couch. We got all of our
We're all chilled back and relaxed.
Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know that our guests are also in their Airstream. And listener, you are not going to believe where they are and the conditions that they're in right now. We're so excited to hear about it.
Well, so basically we're going to introduce some really crazy people.
Nuts is what
Nuts,
they are.
yes. Yeah. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, but we have fast become fond of them and their friendship. And they told us early on that we were always in their ear because they were one of our first listeners. They're part of the Airstream Club that we are members of. Super cool people. We are excited to have them. Their names are Tom and Joy Kutch. They're from the wonderful state of North Carolina. And welcome to The Riveted with Chris and Gina, you guys.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having us.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Hi.
Hello from cold West Virginia.
Yes, we hear that and just are shocked to hear the temperatures that you are currently Airstreaming in.
Yeah, I told Chris y'all probably going to be like ice cubes and not be able to come on and talk tonight.
So right out of the gate, before we dive into your Airstream history and the starting point, all that kind of stuff, go ahead and tell our listeners like where you are, what you're doing, and what the conditions are like.
Well, we are up at Snowshoe Mountain at a new campground called Snowshoe Campground, which is run by the Snowshoe Resort. Today we had blizzard conditions on the mountain and sunshine, and now it is sleeting and wind gusts of 30 miles an hour.
Woo.
Wow.
Last night it was -5 degrees outside. But we were nice and
have heat though, right?
Yes, we are loving the furnace.
Yeah.
-5 degrees.
We'd probably burn out our propane in a day.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so when did you get there?
We got here yesterday afternoon about 3:30.
It took us about 8 hours.
Yeah, it took us about 8 hours to get here from home, which is just north of Raleigh, North Carolina. But it was an adventurous drive up here, that's for sure. There's no easy way to get up here.
I bet not. And so obviously snow on the ground everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you went skiing today? That was the reason you're there?
We did go skiing today, and we will be skiing tomorrow as well.
You guys sent us a text last night when you got there and got settled in, and it was a screenshot of your Micro Air thermostat app on your phone. And I just was very impressed by that picture. And I thought we'd talk about it for a minute.
He's trying to find the picture as he's talking.
Yeah, I'm finding the picture. So we have the same app, the same thermostat in our Airstream, and it showed that it was 55 degrees in your camper.
Yes.
And I saw that number and I was like, oh man, that's probably kind of cold in that camper. But then I got to looking a little further, and I saw that your furnace was not running. That you were at temperature and the furnace was not running, but I also saw that it was -2 outside.
That's correct.
So think about that with regard to an Airstream. I mean, we talked about the cold walls and stuff like that, but we're talking over a 50-degree variance from outside temperature to inside temperature, and the furnace had cycled off. It had got to temperature. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, 55 probably feels warm if you're outside in -2.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's nice and toasty.
So I'm trying to keep the temperature low because I don't want to burn through the propane. So because it was so cold last night, we burned 40% of one bottle just last night.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I bet. Well, but I I was impressed with the fact that it had
Mhm.
cycled off, and it was such a dramatic difference outside from inside. And, you know, when we're down in well below freezing, we typically keep ours around maybe 65 or something like that. Well, at nighttime we go down to about 60, but still, I would have thought the furnace would have ran continuously and never been able to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that's all, and the kind of temperatures you're in. So,
well, we keep ours a little bit warmer because we sleep nude. They may sleep in parkas.
well, with those twin beds, they have no reason to sleep nude.
So let's go there. How do y'all sleep?
Yeah, let's talk about that first.
In the cold, we both have fleece on and socks.
And a hat and a hoodie.
Because I turn the furnace down to 40 when we go to sleep at night.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I remember, you know, tent camping and stuff back in the day. We did that. You know, we had our hoodies on and we were all bundled up in our sleeping bags and stuff, and we were fine because we were warm. But when you get out of that in the mornings, it's chilly.
Well, but that's the other cool thing
about
that.
Summertime, it's in the buff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other cool thing about that thermostat is that you can turn the heat up whenever you before you get out of bed, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Okay, so we understand you obviously like snow skiing enough to brave the cold.
Oh,
and
that's where
tundra.
I was going with it. You reminded me. Can I say it now before I forget it again?
Yes. I
was going to ask you about the skiing. So did you go down the mountain on your feet or on your butt? Because on my butt is how I always go down. I don't snow ski because I can't seem to make it on the skis. Like I'm in them, but it doesn't work that well. I fall and I end up moving down the mountain on my bottom.
So it was on our feet for sure.
Yeah, the first run we did was a little rocky.
Yeah, we have to get our ski legs on, just like you have to get your sea legs. We got to get our ski legs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Is this the first time y'all been out this year?
Yes, we try to go at least once a year.
Oh, good.
Because skiing's not cheap.
No, I wouldn't know because we don't ever go.
Yeah.
Come on, Chris, take your wife skiing.
No, we value our bones.
Yeah.
Because we would be the one that like ran into each other or the tree or knocked down 10 people on the way down, you know, something.
Well, I just I commend you for taking the Airstream up there. I mean, you could have easily just cushed it up and done a resort room or a cabin or a hotel or something, but you're Airstreamers now, and you took it to go skiing, and you're out there in the elements, but the Airstream's doing its job and giving you a comfortable place to hang out, which is awesome.
Yes, and the Airstream, well, Paramount, we can't afford anything else, so we have to take the Airstream.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
that's one way to look at it.
It's actually, I'm very impressed by how the Airstream is faring in this cold weather. It retains the heat for a lot longer than I thought it would for an aluminum trailer. And so we've got some reflectix in the windows. The only thing is the floor is cold. So like Gina said in a text last night, our toesies are cold. But we have a heating pad on the floor right by our feet right now, keeping our feet warm because we can't have the heat on because of this recording.
Right.
Yeah, we have. Thank you for that, by the way. We appreciate your.
Thanks for suffering.
Thank you for
us.
Absolutely.
The dedication that you have for not running your heat during the recording is very much appreciated. We're doing the same thing just in your honor. However, we're in the mid 40s where we are right now, so it's a little bit difference in the temperature. But so
and we thought that was cold.
Yeah. So tell us about your entry point into Airstream. I know that you got a fairly new one, and you're super excited about having your Airstream. But just tell us like where you were in life to decide, well, I think I want to get an Airstream and use it and enjoy it and have it be part of my life. And tell us all that kind of backstory.
Do you want the long answer or the short answer?
Well,
we want all your answers.
We want the answer.
Whatever you feel like telling us.
We want the answer that's going to help us to arrive at an hour-long episode. So you.
Well, I can talk all night.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go.
Go for it.
Let's start with this. My city boy here wasn't a camper and wasn't interested in camping because he said he did enough outdoor sleeping when he was in the Marine Corps. So I had to come up with a way to get him outdoors and out camping that wasn't going to require him to sleep on the ground. 'Cause
Right.
his idea of camping was a Motel 6. So I started looking at RV life and found a bunch of YouTube videos and showed it to him, and that sparked his interest. So initially, we were going to wait till retirement and buy a Class A. And we started going to RV shows in Raleigh. And the first RV show we went to, we ran into Chad, who ended up selling us this Airstream that we're in right now.
Chad that we had on our episode a few weeks ago.
Yes. Chad and
cool.
Laura
Yeah.
are a great couple. So
Yeah.
we walked in one and we were like, this is very tight in here. Why would anybody buy an Airstream? So we talked to Chad, and he was a really nice guy. And then we went and looked at the rest of the Class A's that we were looking at. And during our research into RV life, we started contemplating resale value. And Airstream is very well known for holding their value as opposed to all the other brands out there. And so we decided to, instead of waiting for retirement, we had some friends pass away, and you never know if tomorrow's going to come. So we said, the heck with it. Let's just get an Airstream. And that's where we are.
Well, it was a year ago, Good Friday weekend,
Yeah.
I believe. And we went to the Ford dealership and we picked up a truck, and then we went across the street to Greensboro and saw Chad and picked up an Airstream. It was quite an expensive weekend.
Both in the same day.
Yeah.
Yes, we bought the Airstream in the same day, but it was coming up from Florida. So I had found it on the Blue Compass website, and it was down at Blue Compass of Tampa. And Chad said that he would help us get to the number that we wanted to get to for the price. So we have a 2023 International
28RB.
Correct.
Twin. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very cool. So 28RB.
Twin.
Yeah. Twin. Yeah. That's awesome. And so you got the truck, you took delivery of the truck, you went to the Airstream dealer and you made a deal and committed, but you didn't necessarily take it home that same day.
No, they ordered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I had it shipped up.
That would have been like a super impressive story.
It still is.
No, it is.
I mean, that's a lot of money in one day.
Yeah, for sure. Dadgum. Did I say would have been?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
that's what you said.
I didn't mean to say would have been.
Yeah.
That's bad. That is a very impressive story.
Tom, you didn't impress him.
No. He's a hard guy to impress.
He is a hard guy to impress.
Start over, Tom. Tell another story.
Yeah. So neither of you had ever had any type of RV before prior to this.
No,
Nope.
we rented an RV for my birthday the year prior. We rented a Class A from RV Share, and we absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
It was a beast to drive, though.
Yeah. What did you do in that? You just did like a long weekend test out, or what was
Yeah,
it
we
like?
drove it up to a Corps of Engineers campground that we go to a lot. It's an hour from our house, just across the Virginia line. And just hung out there for a long weekend, and that's it.
And since we've gotten the Airstream, we have been...
We're out every other weekend.
Yeah.
There isn't we try to go every other weekend. If we didn't have cats, we would probably be full-time. Because Tom recently retired, and he really wants to get out on the road. But we have 2 cats that we refuse to let in the Airstream.
Yeah.
Just put them in the driveway right as you pull away.
That thought has crossed my mind.
Kablunk, kablunk. Oh, there's the cat.
That's not nice. That's
Yeah,
not
Joy
nice
has
at
the
all.
option of working remote, so we could literally we'll follow you guys around.
Yes,
that's
that would be
awesome.
fabulous. We'll
It
have a
would.
lot of fun.
Well,
I don't know if we get any work done.
I know that. I know you wouldn't be following us up to West Virginia
No,
in the snow.
you
right
could do
now.
that one by yourself.
Well,
We
that's
absolutely
awesome. So,
love the Airstream. We adore her.
And the community is really
community's
big
great.
for us too. Because we're sort of in our third act now, and community is very important to us because
And
Mhm.
we're new RVers,
Right.
so the community's been great in preparation for this trip. Speaking of community, and another guest of yours, I actually spoke to Brad Driver on the phone and got some pointers from him on how to winter camp. Now,
Yeah.
he suggested that we would be okay to have water and stuff as long as we ran the furnace, and we have a heat trace right now on our dump valves. But we decided to leave her winterized, so we're just flushing with antifreeze and everything else. We're washing our hands at the bathhouse and taking showers
Yeah.
at the bathhouse. So she's fully winterized still.
That's probably. I mean,
And
like,
minus 5 degrees, that's pretty smart.
well, it is, but it's like if you were to have a hiccup with your furnace of any kind, then in those kind of conditions, you'd have to winterize
Mhm.
anyway, or you'd have a
Yes.
problem. So,
Yes.
yeah. So that's Brad's a wealth of knowledge, and we were so happy to have he and his wife on the podcast early on. That just was a treat to have them
Mhm.
participate so early in our podcast episodes. And
And the same with Chad, having him on too
Right,
from
yeah.
Greensboro.
And
That's great.
we bought our Airstream from the same dealership location. It wasn't Blue Compass then; it was out of Doorsmart. But
ours is more impressive, Tom, because Chris and I got to drive it off the lot the day that we purchased it.
yeah,
Just throwing that in there to
Gina.
twist that knife just a little bit.
Yeah, we ordered it. I mean,
Sorry, honey, we had to pick just a little bit on you.
yeah.
we love your Airstream. It's so cool.
You guys have the best Airstream.
It's really
Oh,
comfortable, just chilling out. We had a good time. We had a great time that night, as a matter of fact. It was our night of merriment bingo.
Yeah, that's right. we enjoyed that as well.
She's on a roll.
Especially your light pole, Chris. We were really impressed with your pole.
Yeah, my pole is impressive. Lots of people like my pole.
They were stopping by to check it out.
And I remember Chris was so
great-
disappointed when those ladies stopped, and he thought they were going to ask about the pole, but they were more interested in why there were so many Airstreams at the campground.
Yeah, I was locked and loaded to show them my pole, and they did not want to have any part of it.
he loves showing off his pole.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about the bingo when you said that, and everybody was quiet and going, listening intently. And as soon as Chris got it, he yelled bingo and threw his arms up really loud. Everybody jumped at the table.
I mean, come on,
Everybody just jumped like, what happened?
You gotta have a little fun when you're playing bingo. But sidebar real quick. We just need to clarify for the listener. My pole is impressive, but I need to clarify what we're talking about. It's a flagpole that I put out at the front that connects to the underneath the tongue jack, and it's about 25 feet tall. And at nighttime, I put this cool light array on it, and it really draws attention. So people want to come and admire my pole. So that's what we're talking about. And
I think it's funny that you needed to clarify that.
Well, I just wanted to, I wanted to clarify.
I mean, what other pole would we be talking about that you have under a tongue?
I don't know.
Okay.
So you've had your Airstream a little over a year and a half.
No, not even a year. Not even a year. We picked it up in April of 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was April 23, but it's April 24. Okay,
No.
so wow, so less than a year. So that's awesome. That's exciting.
And they're already in these cold temperatures.
Y'all are doing it too.
You are. You just diving in.
That is
life is too short, baby. We gotta live it up.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's impressive.
I love that attitude.
And I've heard you refer to the Airstream as a her. So do you have a name?
Her name, she is badged. Her name is Liberty, and we call her Libby for short. So with both of us being from military backgrounds, being on Liberty is when you go out and enjoy some R&R. And so she is our Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I like that.
Libby.
Libby.
I dig it.
Libby.
So
And our truck's name is Babs.
Babs and Libby.
So
Can I
where did
curse
that
on
name-
the show? Am I going to get
Yes.
bleeped out? Because her
Not
Babs is
at
short.
all.
Babs is short for big ass bitch.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it is a big truck.
Yes.
I
He
can do
proved his truck envy.
Yeah. I have a censor button. See, I have that button. But
You don't use that button too much.
no,
No,
I
you
don't.
don't.
No. Well, I don't think there's been much vulgar language on any of our podcasts so far, but we did have to register it as an explicit podcast just to cover our bases.
Well, that's because you talk about your pole all the time, honey.
No, well, it's also because you
Or people's toys in their cabinets,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you have any of those toys in your cabinet?
No, our cabinets are bare because it's so cold.
You might need
They
toys
would be
to
a
keep you
little
warm.
hard.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Hey, so I have a question.
Yes.
And your point is?
I have a question about the fact that everything's so cold in there. Okay, so we're walking. All right, so we're walking down the hall. We come in the front door. We hang a left. We're walking down. You got your kitchen on the right. You got your dinette on the left.
Yes.
You're coming down the hall, and then you get to the bedroom, and you have two twins.
Yes.
So who sleeps on the right and who sleeps on the left?
Well, when you're facing the bedroom, I'm on the left and he's on the right.
Okay, yeah. So you're walking down the hall. So yours is on the left, and his is on the right.
Yes.
She said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That's cool. I'm just trying to get a visual. I'm visualizing them as individuals because I know that. I mean, we've hung out
and they
with
have
them.
parkas on.
Yeah,
and
they got the
fleece and
hoodies
hoodies.
and the socks.
Yeah, and they have little tiny heating pads, heating just sections of the bed at a time.
And then are you back sleepers, side sleepers? What's the
This is an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Tom's an all over sleeper, and I'm a pretty stay in one position all night sleeper on my side.
When we're home, Joy calls me an alligator because I alligator rolls.
Alligator rolls.
I love it.
So Joy, what would happen if, like, because evidently for the most part you're sleeping, I guess, on your right side. Let's think about that.
No,
You're
I'm sleeping on the left side.
It'd be her left side.
So you sleep with your back to Tom and your face towards the wall.
No, she faces Tom.
Then that would be on her right side.
It'd be on her left side.
It's on my left side.
Right. She's on this side, sleeping on her left, facing that way.
She said that she is on the right if you walk down.
That's not what she said.
What did she say?
She said,
"Come on, Chris. No wonder you only made it to tenderfoot."
She will never let me live that down.
She is not.
Man, that right there. Okay. Just real quick. All right, we got to do sidebar number 2. I guess. We're going to recap number 2 real quick. So, all right, listener, here's the thing. All right.
The listener's probably wondering why they're listening at this point.
Evidently, Joy likes to hang on to things because get this, okay? In episode, let me find which one it was. Episode 11.
Mm-hmm. Is that where it was?
Yes, episode 11. We chatted with our friend Robert McMillan, who is the founder of Camping.Tools, and he's a very avid Boy Scout.
Well, he used to be a leader.
He used to be a Boy Scout leader, all
yeah.
this kind of stuff. And we started talking, and the Boy Scouts have endorsed his app and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, on that episode, I just jokingly asked him about what the first level was in Boy Scouts, and he said tenderfoot. And I said, well, evidently that's all I got because I flunked out of Boy Scouts. And that was the end of the conversation. That was it. And the the first thing that Joy said to me
when she met you.
Was, "Hey, Tenderfoot." That was the first thing. And I was
And
like,
we became
I'm
fast friends.
I'm gonna say
That's right.
I'm gonna love them, because if she does that right out of the gate, they're our style.
Yes.
So that's good.
Well, what's great is that she was listening to the podcast and she paid attention
Yeah.
and could remember it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So probably by me talking about that again, now more people are gonna call me Tenderfoot.
Yeah. That would be great. Now, because you couldn't remember what was said.
All right. So we'll take that sidebar off, and then I need to go back because, and maybe I'm incorrect, I guess, but so I described walking down the hall to where the bedroom was facing us, and I thought Joy said she slept on the right and Tom slept on the left.
No, it's not what
She
she
sleeps
said.
on the left, Tom sleeps on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So then you're sleeping on your left side facing Tom.
Why are we talking
and
about
then Tom
where
is
they
alligator
sleep?
roll? Because this is the first. We've talked to lots of people with twin beds, but we haven't gone this deep on like how they sleep. They were the first people that have commented really that the walls can be cold and the mattresses can be hard and stuff. So I just thought I would go a little deeper in the subject.
Sure.
And because Gina was very adamant whenever we were shopping for our Airstream, and the salesperson said, you really should consider getting twins. It's a very popular floor plan in Airstreams. And Gina was like, no way. She's like, I want to sleep with my husband. And the way the bedroom looks and the spaciousness of it, the twins are awesome.
They are awesome.
Yeah. But
and plus you get all the extra storage.
Yeah, outside storage and all that kind of stuff. But
and I get to keep my covers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
Yeah.
so the alligator man doesn't take them away from
Well,
you.
I will tell you this: that you get to keep them for one, but our queen bed, because there's no footboard, and for who knows what other reason, it doesn't matter what kind of sheets, what kind of blankets we have on, they're slowly sliding down and falling off the foot of the bed. We're having to pull them up all the time. And I know that there's all kinds of cool custom sheets you can get that are fitted.
Oh yeah, the Bettys that are very expensive.
Yeah, and they're awesome, but I didn't want to go that route. But it's kind of that's my pet peeve of our bed, I think.
Well, then you sleep on the couch and I'll sleep on the bed.
No.
The twins are great because you can stand up and get dressed and things like that.
Yeah, you don't have to contend with the slope of the wall.
But we did discover one problem, and that was they felt as though they were sliding off.
Mm-hmm.
And then we heard about this gentleman who makes these, I guess, bed rails.
Yes.
And we met up with him in St. Augustine, Florida, and he came to the trailer and installed these custom-made bed rails, and they've been a game changer.
Yes,
we just love
Matt
them.
Hughes is his name. So with the twin mattresses, the stock mattress extends about 4 to 5 inches off of the frame that Airstream puts in. So Matt Hughes, he makes these frames that the mattress actually sits in, and he customizes the lip to match your cabinet colors.
Wow.
That's great. Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes it like the mattress fits down in like a little shoebox lid, so to speak, like a little.
Sort of, yeah. So we don't have any issues with the mattress sliding anymore because it's pretty snug in there. It takes an effort to make the bed now to try and get the sheets and the comforter between the mattress and the wall.
Yeah, and they have slats that go along the bottom of the mattress for air. And
it's for air circulation.
Yeah, it's a really talented craftsman.
That's good. Yeah.
That sounds like a neat addition.
And so say his name one more time so the listeners will know who he is.
His name is Matt Hughes, and I can't remember what his website is, but I'll try to check it out.
You can put it in the notes.
We can put that in
you can put it in the show notes. But he's an Airstreamer as well, and they just got back from Wyoming. He has a heck of a story that he had in Wyoming.
Yeah, he's real engaging, warm guy.
Yes.
Really
he said if we're ever in St. Augustine and we need anything, we've got a friend in him, and we just met him. So super nice guy.
Maybe we could get him on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Maybe,
I'm sure he would.
Oh, he'd be a great guest, way better than us.
so uninteresting.
He'd be a
Well,
great guy.
Y'all are not uninteresting.
Well, there you go. Yeah, all right. So Joy just said that, and I was gonna say this earlier on, and then I got more focused on the temperatures and all that kind of stuff. However, so we communicated with Joy and Tom through the internet a little bit. We talked on the phone a little bit. Then we got to meet them at the rally and hang out and all that kind of stuff. But one of the first things that Joy said to us was, "We're not interesting enough to be on your podcast."
You're going to lose listeners.
Absolutely not true. There's tons of cool, fun things to talk about. And I haven't even asked you my best question yet.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
I'm afraid.
Me, I would be too. They're already shaking, Chris.
Well, I know. Look, I can tell by the way how fun they are that they'll participate in this question. But I'm gonna save it for a little bit, just for a little bit longer.
Okay.
And
You're
then
not going to forget it.
I won't forget it. No, I definitely won't forget it.
So just a little insight. I can't remember his name, but you had, it's the guy that does the Illuminati rally. And he said it's very rare that you find RVers who go right to Airstream. Usually Airstreamers will have owned other RVs.
John Leaks?
John Leak, yeah.
That's his name.
And so that's what I told you. We just jumped right in. You know, we didn't want to spend money or get something else that we're going to end up getting rid of just to get an Airstream. We just decided to go for Airstream based on reputation and community. And I'm glad we did. And I have no buyer's remorse whatsoever, other than now we want to get the new Classic that just came out. Have you seen it?
Well, and you're happy that you chose Airstream over the Class A, which you originally wanted?
Yes, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
think this is the perfect size for us because it's usually just the two of us. We've had our daughter and our grandson in here, and it gets a little tight when you have more than two people in this thing, but we love it. We absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw the new Classic floor plan, but it's this exact same floor plan. It's a 28 RB.
Yeah, and I don't think they had ever done a Classic shorter than 30 feet, right?
No,
Or not recently anyway. So,
and
yeah,
the
that's
reason
pretty
we
awesome.
love this floor plan is because all the windows are on the campside as opposed to the curbside. So when we're at a campground and Tom's outside trying to set the woods on fire, you know, I can keep an eye on him.
Yep. Well, and that's that is one thing about ours. You know, we have a 30-foot, so ours is the flip flop of yours. So our windows are on the hookup side. We do have windows over the kitchen sink, but when you open the door, the door's partially blocking those windows. So yeah, we don't see the campside much at all with our floor plan.
No, but we're usually in warm temperatures and our door stays open.
Yeah, no, that's
So that
true.
helps.
Yeah, you don't go cold camping like we do.
No, I would have to wrap my camper in a
Yeah. Well,
I
I'm
am
sure
really surprised at how warm it has stayed in here, to be honest.
It is, and sleeping's been great because Joy knitted these wonderful wool blankets for each of us, and it's really cozy.
Yeah, the bed's pretty warm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so you knitted them?
Yes, so Tom has a blue blanket on his bed that I knitted, and I have a purple one on my bed.
And they weigh about 30 pounds.
They're very heavy, so they're keeping us nice and warm.
That's awesome.
She didn't make us a blanket, did she?
Well, we'll put our order in.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So you said you are going somewhere pretty much every other weekend, or you're in it actively, like you used it a lot this summer, I guess. So what's been your favorite spot so far? Like what do you enjoy the most when you use it, where you go?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a tough question because everywhere we go is different.
Extremely different.
Extremely different. Yeah, we discovered First Landing State Park up in Virginia Beach. We loved it only because the campground overlooks the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, which was really cool.
Anastasia.
Anastasia State Park was nice, except for it's right next to the amphitheater. So 2 nights in a row, we got treated to live concerts, like we were actually sitting at the concert. Great state park, though. Great state park. I mean, it was literally like we were at the concert itself. It was so loud.
Wow.
And we have military IDs, so we've had the privilege of experiencing camping on base, and the bases are just some of the best real estate. We did Otis Air Force Base in Tampa, not Otis, MacDill, excuse me.
And Tom got to go back to Paris Island where he did boot camp.
That's right. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we
How about
stayed.
that?
Yeah, we stayed at Paris Island's RV park there, and it was kind of cool for him to go around and see all the recruits being yelled at and running around like maniacs.
Then we got some good trips coming up.
Yes, we got some great trips coming up. We had to cancel a couple of trips, unfortunately, because the truck had to get repairs.
But we're talking about entering the raffle for
the Balloon Fiesta.
The Balloon Fiesta this year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'd be
So
awesome.
there's Airstream has a rally at the Balloon Fiesta, so you have to enter the lottery.
You've all been there, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
not for Airstream, but we've been to the
we've been to Fiesta before. Yeah. I'll tell you the lottery, I think, is one that does it let many people in, or because I know the Southwest Caravan ends there. And I thought that it was always.
I don't know how many lottery tickets they put out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think what happens is the previous year's lottery entrants that didn't get into that year are automatically entered into the next year.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Okay.
So we're probably not going to go.
It's like a must do. Like it should be a bucket list kind of RVing goal, I think.
Yeah.
Because it is a really amazing thing. But I will say publicly on this podcast, even though everybody knows how awesome Albuquerque is, don't
give away our secret place. Is that what you're getting ready to do? We'll never get in there again if you tell them our secret place.
All right then.
He looked so dejected when I said that.
You're chopping my knees off at everything I'm trying to do, but no. Okay. So I forget the interstate that runs north. You're going into Albuquerque, you get on this highway that heads north, and the field where they hold, or the area where they hold the Balloon Fiesta, is on the west side of this interstate. Well, on the east side of that interstate, we discovered a Cracker Barrel, and it's elevated up above the highway, and it's directly across the highway from where the balloons lift off. And one year we were coming back east from being out west for the summer, and we stopped at that Cracker Barrel the night before the first ascension.
Oh, but we didn't know that. We didn't know that. We didn't pay attention to the schedule of it until we went into Cracker Barrel to eat and saw the paper.
Yes. Yeah. And so we literally parked overnight in the Cracker Barrel, and the next morning we woke up to the entire ascension of the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta.
Goodness, that must have been amazing.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was.
But the sound that woke us up was that. How's that? What's that? You make it. Yeah, that's it.
But it literally, they didn't. Granted,
do it one more time, baby.
Yeah.
Do it again. Do it again.
It was just.
He can't do it again. He's laughing.
I think that anybody that has been on the field and been there when they let all those balloons off, obviously will disagree with us in saying that I'm not going to spend it in a Cracker Barrel parking lot. And, but if you're in the area and you have no tickets and you can't get in,
Cracker Barrel's going to kill us.
Go check out the Cracker Barrel in Albuquerque on the east side of whatever that is.
No, it was actually pretty cool because we needed to stop for the night. And normally we don't eat Cracker Barrel for dinner. We do breakfast. but we were tired and hungry. And so we went inside to eat, and they had these flyers and posters and all this stuff out talking about the balloon fiesta. And so we eat, and as we're walking out, I grabbed one, and we go on out to get in the camper, and we're sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Chris, this starts in the morning. And he's like, well, we know we might get a chance to see a couple of balloons, right? And then we're going to get a balloon. So we kept hearing this noise early in the morning, like the sun was not up. It was still dark. And I said, I think it's a balloon outside. And so we got up I did, and went to the door, and I said, Chris, you got to come look. And it's what do they call them? The ones that go out, like the scouts, and they go up first and they go out to see, like, I guess how the weather, the wind, all of that is going. And they were just going past. Well, when they go, they can radio back and tell everybody. So because of that, by the time the sun was coming up, then all of a sudden, all of these balloons were in the air. And it was, I mean, shapes, sizes, colors, characters, whatever. And it was beautiful. Well, as that was happening, everybody in Cracker Barrel and all around just came out and sat on the hill and watched it with us. It was really pretty cool. Well, the manager from Cracker Barrel was out there, and I was talking to her and told her we were in the Airstream. She said, oh, well, you got to stay tonight too, so you can see tomorrow.
Yeah.
So did you?
We stayed another night. Yeah, they let us. We stayed another night and watched it again the next day. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty cool.
It was. It's not the same as being there, obviously.
Well, no, because we're not under them. We were above them or equal to them. So that's what was really cool, because it's like a bowl. And so we were at the top of the bowl. And so the balloons are, in the middle floating by. And like the top of the balloon is like where we were, like as it's floating by, we can see the whole balloon from top and all around. It was a neat location.
Very good perspective. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so different subject. Let's shift back to your guys' personal life. So
their personal life.
Well, I mean,
let's put down in personal.
Not anymore.
No, okay, so you guys, we've interviewed a lot of people with twins. I had lots of great conversations with them, but I feel pretty confident that you guys, as fun as you are, will participate in this conversation. So tell me, we already talked about which bed you sleep in. Where do you have sex with twins?
Oh my gosh.
What's do you do it in the twins?
Anywhere they want.
Yeah.
I will say it's difficult because it is narrow.
Okay. And we're old.
Let's
but
hear about
it. We alternate sides, actually.
Okay. All right. So you're doing like, you're both on one twin.
Yes.
Okay.
It takes a little agility, Chris.
Okay. Are one or either of you standing up at any time?
My goodness.
Wow, we've taken this to the R rating.
No, I'm just trying to visualize the logistics a little bit on the twins, because
What are you trying to do? Decide if we want to change rigs and maybe get twins?
No, I'm just picking on Joy and Tom.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But okay, so in other words, you're not carrying any of the shenanigans to the front couch or anything. You're staying in the bedroom. We're
pretty vanilla, Chris.
See, I'm Rocky Road, and he's vanilla, straight up vanilla.
Your couch in the front pulls out to a full size bed, right?
It does, but those cushions are very slippery, and Mr. Vanilla over here can only handle it so much.
All right, I'm with you. I dig it. That's okay. I just thought I would ask because
my goodness, you're too much.
Twins are a popular floor plan, and we've had a good number of people that have had twins we've had on, but I felt the most comfortable asking you guys. I felt like you would have entertained that answer.
Anytime. Tom's a little red over here. I don't care.
Let's go back to Chris's poll.
Oh no! Okay,
his poll wouldn't fit in that room.
No, but now we've got to pivot. We've got to pivot to another subject that we did chat about in our warm up call. is the fact that Tom P's sitting down.
Oh,
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
so,
I got
true.
so
It's terrible.
tell us all about that.
so the
And this is-
Airstream, for some reason, when men pee in it, it splashes. And I was constantly cleaning the wall next to the commode. So I told
Yes.
him, either you're going to clean it or you need to start peeing sitting down because I'm tired of cleaning up the wall. So he is now, he's been tamed. He's been whooped into shape. So now he is peeing sitting down.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
It's back to Master.
It's true.
well, I will.
Massa Joy.
Is there a group
Yeah.
that I can join at this point?
Yeah,
Well-
I think there needs to be a what did we call it? A splatter.
Okay.
A splatter men's group.
We're going to go deep on this subject real quick, listeners, so hold on tight. So, okay. So, Tom, first and foremost, I will tell you that you're not alone. Okay. Gina has done the exact same thing to me.
Yes. I don't like
Love you,
cleaning that
Gina.
wall every day either.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but here's the part that we need to discuss, Tom.
Okay.
Because all right. So, how do you aim if you're standing up? Do you go straight into the water, or do you do like a bank side deflect where it doesn't go straight into the water and it kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're standing up.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
These days, if I get it going, it may take a little bit. In the old days, it was like a bank shot into. Now I'm just happy it goes in.
All right. Okay. Well, I didn't want to. I don't. You're not old enough to be having those kind of problems. I mean, I guess I didn't think about that aspect of it, but I just was.
He's younger than you.
Starting one, huh?
No.
One of these points.
I have no idea.
Okay, so I learned very quickly that I could not go straight into the water in the bowl. That was going to make a big mess. So I started doing the side deflect deal.
Mm-hmm.
And Gina but Gina still complained about the wall and everything. And then I did start peeing sitting down, but the thing I noticed was sometimes she was still complaining about the wall. And I'm like, I'm sitting down, baby. I'm doing what you told me to do, you know? So here's part of my theory.
Uh-oh.
And I could be wrong, but it's a theory to investigate. We might need like high resolution, slow motion video cameras or some other type of capturing device. But I think
I think we should get a group together and
possibly.
do this.
I think if you flush the toilet with the lid open, I think that it can cause some splatter just from the flushing process.
I agree because I said it's not me. This is a used trailer. It was the people before us.
And it's so embedded in the wall, it just oozes out, right?
Yeah.
And that's it.
No. Yeah, I think there could be some of both. I think there could be some splatter from standing up to pee, especially if you're not
But the
careful.
thing about so here's the deal. So I got to interject here. So the thing with about the men sitting down to pee, if they don't hold themselves to where they're actually shooting that pee straight down into that toilet, then it goes between the toilet bowl and the lid, and it comes out the front and drips down onto the floor. Yes.
Well,
I don't think
that's true. I definitely agree with that. But Chris will jump in on this. When we sit down, I know this is true. That water is cold and deep too, isn't it, Chris?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, you can always hold the seal open and dip it on down in there and pee.
No. Okay, I'm trying to have a serious subject here, and you
would
guys,
too.
We're the wrong guest for that.
I just feel like it could be a combination of both. So
maybe we should put a poll out there. Can we do a poll out there to our listeners to get every man to come on or woman to come on and tell us the dilemma or if they don't have a dilemma with this within their own rigs?
Well, listener, if you'd like to participate in this conversation, send an email to us at info@therivativefox.com and we will
please participate. We want to hear your thoughts.
We'll bring the subject back up on a future episode, but you mentioned it in our warm-up call, and I didn't want you to feel alone, Tom, or left out.
I feel marginalized and victimized, and less of a man, so I thought maybe we could put together some kind of group.
Yeah,
Get some
we might
support.
we probably should. The next Airstream rally, we need to get all the men together and
Oh, I'm totally doing this.
and
I'm totally going to create this group
discuss
for
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it is it's probably, I have nothing wrong with that. I'm fully man enough to do what needs to be done so that I don't see my baby bent over cleaning a wall with the
Are you talking about me?
yeah, I don't
I'm
want you,
not your baby.
honey, I don't want you to bend over having to clean a wall that is not.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
don't want me to bend over?
No, I was
I
about
just
to
don't
say
want
that.
you to. I always think that it looks very
Thank you, Joy.
sad to see you in there scrubbing the bathroom at that kind of level.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
But not sad enough to do it yourself.
Well, I'm doing all the other stuff. Yeah.
Making the mess.
Yeah. Well,
he's the mess maker and I'm the cleaner.
okay. Well, thank you for acknowledging that, Tom, and talking about it, and that's the first step to recovery.
I feel so much better already. It's unburdened.
That's good. Yeah. Well, so you mentioned you had some fun stuff coming up planned. What's your summer look like for Airstreaming?
Our daughter's getting married next weekend.
So we're going to York.
We're going to be doing some cold camping then. And we are going to the international rally. This will be our first international rally up in Pennsylvania.
Very cool.
Yay.
Yeah, we're going to try our very best to get there as well too.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to meet up with them so we can park close together.
Yeah, and we got the Tanglewood rally coming up. We've got the James Island campground rally.
Yes, we got some things.
Yes, we do have some things, and we'll be at the Ocean Lakes again for the anniversary rally.
Yeah, and we're going to Paris Island again to see some family.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
very
we got
nice.
some
Well, what about the Shining and Shelby rally where we're parking on the streets? Are you going to that one?
We had not signed up for it. Are you guys going? Because if you are, maybe we will.
We
We are.
We signed up. We're going.
So
yeah.
we're not really boondocking ready, but I remember, Chris, we had a conversation and you said, Tom, you don't need much to be able to boondock. So maybe we can talk about that more.
We still have the AGMs batteries on ours, but we do have solar on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
You'll be fine for the few days that we're there.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is if all of a sudden we have, because it's in May, if we have like a really warm spurt at that time, and the next thing you know, it's 85 plus degrees, which it could be in May in North Carolina, depending on the weather. Yeah, that might get a little uncomfortable if you can't run your AC. But getting through 3 days or so with your setup just as it is very doable, no question.
All right, great.
And it's we haven't been able to go to it in the past years that they've held it, but when they
because we've been on the West Coast, but we're on the East Coast this year. So
yeah, so we registered as soon as they opened up and said that they were doing it, and hopefully they still got spots. It'd be awesome if you could come.
Absolutely,
if they got a spot, we'll be there.
It's one of those kind of cool downtowns that has the old courthouse in the square where you drive a circle all the way around, or a square around the courthouse.
You draw
center.
a circle around the square.
And so the roads go all the way around, and we're parking around that square, around the courthouse. And then there's little feeder streets off the main center there with all the cool places. And
that's like the second weekend in May.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
awesome.
forget the dates, but it seems like it's around the 7th, 8th, 9th, or 8th, 9th, 10th, something like that.
Yeah, we hope to see you out on the road as soon as we can, and we've been chatting it up now about an hour. So
wow! And they said they didn't have anything to talk about.
I'm telling you, lots of fun stuff to talk about, and the time just flew by.
Yes,
it did.
And your furnace has been off the whole time. So how cold is it in there right now? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't want to touch the phone because I'll get yelled at.
Oh yeah. You can't do that. Yeah.
Don't touch the phone.
Well, it's I'm sure it's time for you to get the heat back on and get all snuggly and warm. And don't go getting yourself hurt tomorrow on the ski slopes. Enjoy that, but be careful.
Yeah, we're concerned about getting out of here on Saturday because it's supposed to be sleeting and freezing rain. So we may end up staying an extra day, but I don't think the weather's going to get any better. It's going to get colder and more precipitation is coming this way. So
Listen, guys, we really wanted to thank you. You know, we went to our first rally, which was the one at Ocean Lakes, and you know there was a certain amount of trepidation that we felt, but as soon as we met you all, that just went away, and you introduced us to great people, and we had such a wonderful time getting to know you.
Oh,
Thank you very much
that's
for
so
saying
sweet. Thank you.
that. Yeah, we appreciate
Yes.
it. We feel the same way.
We do.
Yeah, and you know, we're pretty social people as it is, and but just
We like to cut up and have fun.
we do, and meeting new friends is very enjoyable
And that
for
was
us.
easy with you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And but thank you for saying that, especially I mean, because that particular rally, there was almost 200 people there, and we're the ones that you like the most.
gravitated towards.
I think it was the sewer hose challenge. I think that's what did it.
Oh yeah, see, that was a lot of fun doing the what did I call it? The shat.
The
The
shat.
shat.
Sewer hose
That's
agility
right. That's right.
training. Sewer hose
Yes.
agility training.
Yes.
Yeah, we
But
did
your
that for some man.
enthusiasm is just infectious, you know.
Thank you. I
You
like.
know, everybody there who played that game, they ended up tearing that sewer hose apart.
Yeah, boy. It was toast when it was
It
done.
had to go in the trash. It was, I mean, I looked down and I had black stuff all over my hands, and I said, I promise this thing was clean when we started with it. It was new, I promise.
It was like
Yeah.
the whatever held the ends on kind of busted off, but yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Well, it took a lot of beating though.
Yeah. Well, we can't thank you enough for being on the podcast and being friends, and we sure can't wait to hang out with you in person. And yeah, definitely be careful leaving that frozen tundra up there.
Yes, be safe, you guys.
Yeah,
stay warm.
We
you might have to sleep in the same bed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
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 You know what?
That was the plan.
Here's an idea: is put both twin mattresses down in the middle of the floor on top of one another, and then just both of you sleep on one twin right in the middle.
With
I don't know if it would fit.
And the 2 blankets.
You don't think like there's not enough width? Maybe not.
I don't think there's a.
We'll give it a try. How's that? We'll let you know how we make out.
Yeah. No matter what you do, just stay warm.
Stay warm
and have fun. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
We appreciated it, and we will see you down the road as soon as we can.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. We appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Woo.